Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. We are from Group Beta. So in this video, my friends and I would like to present our case study 1. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Nur Amira binti Ismadi, metric number 280424. Okay, this is table of entities and activity for sales order system. So there are few entities listed under this system consists of customer, computer operation departments, clerk of sales departments, warehouse department, billing department, and also AR department. Okay, next is table of entities and activity for cash receive system. So there are also few entities listed under this table consists of customer, clerk of cash receive departments, AR departments, and computer operation departments. For the activity for each entities, I will explain further in the DFD and also the flowchart. Okay, next is the context diagram for sales order system. So here, first the customer will place an order. So the sales order system will receive the customer order and then it will check the credits of the customer. After the credit approved and sales order is approved, then the system will release the sales order copy and send it to the customer to notify them. Then after that, the system will prepare packaging slips and BOL and send it together with the goods to the carriers here, and then it will prepare or release an invoice copy and send it to the customer as a bill. Okay, this is the context diagram for cash receipt system. Okay, first the customer will make a payment. So the customer check and also the remittance advice will be received by the cash receipt system. And then this system will prepare hard copy deposit slip and send it together with the check to the bank. Okay, now we look into the DFD of sales order system. First here, customer will place an order. So the receive order process will receive the customer order. Then the check credit process will check the customer credit, and after the credit approved, then the order approved, the prepare sales order process will release sales order copy, which is sent to the customer, sent to the 6 process, and sent to the pick goods process, which is this pick goods process will use the sales order as a stock release to pick goods from the shelf. And then the ship good process will prepare packaging slip and bill of lading and send it together with the goods to the carrier. After that, this process will prepare shipping notice and send it to the 6 process, which is in the 6 process, the sales order copy and shipping notice will be reconciled. After that, 2 invoice copy will be released, and then the first one will be sent to the customer and the other one will be sent to the update AR process, and this process will update the AR subsidiary ledger and post the summary to the add process, and this process will post the data to the GL records. Okay, next is the DFD of cash receipt system. When the customer makes a payment, the check and remittance advice will be sent to open and separate document process. Later, the remittance advice will be sent to update AR process to update the AR subsidiary ledger. Then the AR summary will be sent to update GL process. Meanwhile, the check will be sent to record and deposit check process, and then the check details or the sales detail will be recorded in the cash receipt journal. And then the process will prepare the deposit slip and send it with a check to the bank. And then the cash receipt journal voucher will be sent to update GL process, and then this process will post all the data in the GL records. Okay, this is flowchart for the sales order system. First of all, customer will place an order and then the clerk will enter the sales order into the computer terminal. After that, the system will automatically edit errors and check the customer credit from referencing to the credit history file. And then for the approved order, the system will create a transaction into the digital sales journal. After that, the clerk will prepare 4 copies of sales order, which is the first copy will be filed in the department, the second copy will be sent to the billing department, the third copy will be sent to warehouse department, and the fourth copy will be sent to the customer. In this warehouse department, the clerk will use the sales order to pick goods and manually prepare BOL and packaging slip, which is this document will be sent together with goods to carrier. After that, the clerk will access terminal to create a digital shipping notice for the billing departments and file this sales order into his department. In the billing department, the clerk will access the shipping notice from his terminal and reconcile it with sales order. After that, he will prepare 2 copies of invoice, which is the first one will be sent to the AR department and the second one will be sent to the customer, and then he finally will file the sales order into his department. In the AR department, the clerk will access his terminal and create the AR subsidiary ledger and file this invoice into the departments. At the end, all the data in the terminal will automatically update by the system into the computer operation department. Okay, last one is the flowchart of the cash receipt system. When the customer makes a payment, the clerk will open and separate the document and send the check to the cash receipt department, and the remittance advice will be sent to the AR department, which is in this department, the clerk will access the customer account into the digital AR from his terminal and update the account. And then the clerk will file the remittance advice in this department. Moving on to the cash receipt department, the clerk will post the check into the cash receipt journal and manually prepare a hard copy deposit slip and send it with check to the bank. And then at the end, the information or the data in the terminal will automatically update by the system into the computer operation department.
Good day everyone. My name is Christina Sam, number metric 280446. I will be presented the strength of internal control procedure that present in successful uniform revenue cycle. Revenue cycle is the process of which from the beginning of purchase of sales from customers until receivable of cash or credit from customers. This revenue cycle is created to ensure that the effectiveness of internal control be run in smoothly. The strength of internal control procedure of revenue cycle included 4 steps which can be stated at first to identify the correct field of work from each of the department. As example, Success School Uniform Berhad had perfectly divided the job scope from each of the department to run their own work so there is no overlapping of job occurs. Next step is to have a professional leaders and appropriate organization structure. As the job division is one of the most important factors that lead to the success of a business, SSU have shown the proper organizing in employees to manage and handle their works and activities. For instance, SSU employee had divided their works according to the department which include warehouse clerk, billing department clerk, account receivable clerk, cash receipt clerk, and so on. This has shown that the internal control in SSU company had a run-on of smooth running company. Last but not least, the next step in strengthen the internal control procedure of SSU revenue cycle are implementation and efficient process of each department. SSU have divided few of the departments such as sales department and billing department to run their business. Each of the department have different type of responsibility that needed to be carried on to avoid any misleading of the company. In addition, since SSU had used the combination of manual procedure and network accounting system with distributed terminals in several departments, it is easier to detect errors.
Assalamualaikum and hi, I am Muhammad Dini Irfan bin Zanuddin. My metric number is 280928. Okay, and now we will continue with 5 possible weakness in SSU revenue cycle. The first is human error. Human error is one of the most serious potential flaws. Even if the system is computerized, employee in SSU possibly enter information incorrectly, which can also cause the company's financial statement to show errors. Alright, we move to the second point. New customer order do not need any kind of confirmation, resulting in many large shipment being sent but never paying for. In SSU, when receive a customer order by mail or telephone, a clerk in sales department just enter the information into the computer terminal without any validation. Alright, now we move to the third point. The third point is there is no separation of duties between the preparation of the payment invoice and the documentation of the transaction in the purchase journal, general ledger, and the purchase control account reconciliation. Billing, account receivable, general ledger, and data processing are only a few of the duties or responsibilities that the clerk has that should be isolated from one another. Alright, the fourth point, there is no requirement for workers to obtain permission before placing an order for product. The shipping staff at the SSU takes the order goods without having to sign any paperwork to check their action. Alright, the last point is physical inventory are not counted at least 1 year. This is most likely the cause of inaccuracy in perpetual inventory document, as well as the failure to detect fraud in a timely manner.
My name is Noaim Zofia binti Syahrani, metric number 280493. I will be presenting question D. The first risk is the risk of inaccurately recording transactions in journal and account. Though the SSU computers is already systematically set for auto calculations, the first input data is still imputed by the employees. Thus, there is still possibilities of misinformation which can lead to financial statement error, and financial statement error can influence to poor decision making and tax complications. The second one is the risk of inaccurately recording transactions in journal and accounts. Since orders from call or text messages are manually taken by the clerk, they might inadvertently not notice if there is any unpaid orders and just proceed with computing the orders for shipment. So when this happens, it will be hard to settle as the fault is from the clerk and not the customer. and there are also other possibilities of errors such overcharging or overpayment. From the third weakness is the risk of unauthorized access to accounting records and reports. Since most of the recording parts are managed by clerks of each department and there is no higher level officer to monitor the process, there is a high possibility for the data to be manipulated, such the data of sales record, and it is easier for the one who manage the record to embezzle money, and this will be hard to detect since there is no backup data or proof of validation. The fourth one is the risk of shipping customer incorrect items or quantities. When the warehouse clerk received the sales order, they did not double check the order and directly prepare the goods, and no authorization taken before taking the goods for the warehouse records. So this is like deliberately inviting a fraud case to happen, since any internet user of the company can get a hold of the goods since there is no such record of the goods being taken. Lastly is the risk of misappropriation of cash receipt and inventory. Since the physical inventory counts are not made at least annually, it will disturb the actual amount displayed on the website, since orders from websites and orders outside from the website is not recorded in the same way. So it will be troublesome if new orders coming from the website but there are no stock, since customers ordered from the website might be hard to contact. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Sabrina Atika, and now I'm going to continue with appropriate internal control procedures that are associated with question C. The first one is SSU Berhad have to provide accounting record, which can help them to avoid the possibility to enter the information incorrectly, and it will help to capture the economic essence of transactions and provide an audit trail of economic events. So SSU Berhad have to provide enough sources of documents which can help them to identify errors in the financial statements and at the same time avoiding poor decision making and also tax complication. The second one is SSU Berhad have to provide the pre-numbered documents to ensure that shipment for orders from customers are being shipped in sequence. So what is pre-numbered documents? Pre-numbered documents are documents that are sequentially numbered by the system that allow every transaction can be identified uniquely. The third one is SSU Berhad have to apply segregation of duties in the company. This can help them to eliminate instances in which the clerk could engage in theft or other fraudulent activities. This is because the clerk are having an excessive amount of control over a processing of invoice for payment and recording transactions in the purchase journal, general ledger, and also reconciliation of purchase control account. Besides that, SSU Berhad should do independent verification to avoid unauthorized ordering of goods which can expose the business to employee fraud. This is because independent verification helps to identify errors and misrepresentations, as it involves the review, comparison, and also reconciliation of the documents of the shipping process. The last one is the SSU Berhad should apply supervision in the business so that the supervisor can make sure that the physical count of inventory can be made at least annually. This probably accounts for the inaccuracies in the perpetual inventory records and may also prevent timely detection of theft.
The first way in applying information technology is through applied cloud computing. So cloud computing enables users to access the data from any location with data connection, maintain consistency and credibility of the data record, and guarantee that the data is protected from data loss. For example, business can use accounting software in managing their sales or purchase made between other parties, because it allows business in generate proper and understandable accounting reports, and it also more effective than perform the transaction manually.
Next, the second way that a company can transform the traditional business from conventional platform to digital business operations are by following the way of domain transformation. Domain transformation works as an online retailer which provides platform where seller can show their product to customers to purchase with single easy step. The entry to domain transformation is not possible if the company have a strong combination of digital capabilities. One of the examples are Amazon.
Right. Thirdly, a company must develop a digital culture. The term digital culture refers to how technology and internet are influencing how we interact as a people. Culture comprises the value and characteristic of behavior then define how things get done in the organization. A healthy culture provides the framework for acting professionally and making decisions that support the organization's mission and strategy. Employees in a digital community are encouraged to look outward and collaborate with consumers and partners to develop innovative solutions.
Next, I'm going to continue with the fourth way, which is SSU Berhad should implement enterprise resource planning, or also known as ERP system, into their business. It is a type of software where the organization used to manage their day-to-day business activities, including managing their revenue and expenditure cycle. And the information that used across the business is normalized and based on common definition and user experience.
Best ways to train employees in ICT skills. One of the cost-saving ways is to ask them on what features and input they need to run online, as they are more familiar with how their job must be done. And to train employee efficiently is to doing a workshop with pros or representative and to let them practice and give them time to adopt with the system. Properly trained employees will help to increase productivity and efficiency of the business as they are more skilled to run their job.